initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark.
It's so bad. Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
Me, 1 hour early DK. I'm totally on time.
And me, Van.
Bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. We are on the ball today, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, I forgot. I would say I'm probably the lead showrunner here, right? Like, we kind of,
yes.
You know, and whenever I get put in charge of anything, it's always a bad thing. But
it's problematic at best. Oh, yes,
I forgot to tell the whole team that New Zealand went through daylight saving, and so I'm sitting here about 15 minutes before we go live saying, "Are you guys coming to hang out?" They're like, what?
What?
Did you have a time change? Oh, yeah, actually, I did. You know, so yay! You guys are here though, right on time.
Thanks a lot, George Hudson. You piece of shit.
Yeah, all these time changes are just bullshit. It's like, just pick one. Just pick whether it's going to be standard time or daylight savings time, and just stick with it. Be like Queensland. Like, this is probably one of the only times I will ever say "be like Queensland." Like, don't stop fucking adjusting the time.
Be like Queensland. Have a barbecue in the dark. Be brave. You're actually lucky that you like messaged me when you did, because we were literally watching the end of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then you're like, "Oh, are you guys showing up?" I'm like, is time fracturing in my universe too? What the fuck is going on right now?
Look, I like daylight saving. If everyone had it, it doesn't work that way. Time zones are dumb.
Stupid hemispheres.
I was this close just then to cracking the code, but I lost it, and I think we're the worst for it. So, sorry everyone. I let the side down.
That's all right.
DK was gonna do a bit before we started as well. He's like, "Oh, we should do. Do you want to tell everyone your bit? Because it was awesome."
Yep, explaining the bit on camera, I'm sure is going to translate just as well.
Yeah.
The idea that like Than and I would just not be in frame anywhere when the show started, since we only got here about 5 minutes ago, then would just stumble in randomly about a minute into the show.
Yeah, it's the best, and because
if I really wanted to commit to it, I would have like come out in like just a towel or something like that. And, like,
I've done that on stream. It goes down real well. Yeah. So, but of course that didn't happen. We just said we'd talk about it instead, because you know that's the next best thing. So, just
you
trust
guys
us.
can imagine how funny that was.
Yeah. Imagine it and then laugh. So you guys get to react now to it. So if you want, just laugh in chat, please. For
Zeke later thought it was funny.
Yeah, exactly right. Right. How's it going?
Yes.
How you guys? How's things? How's life? Excuse me. Jesus.
I mean, I'm on vacation right now,
Ooh.
so yeah, it was. This week was quarterly planning, and I was like, I'm taking the next week off, and and this week was fucked for a variety of reasons work-wise, which are not interesting to anybody except me and maybe Gray. Like, I think Gray would probably be interested in.
He's all in.
Spreadsheets and data migration issues. So nothing that you care about whatsoever. Yeah, no, I'm 100% aware that you do not give a fuck about spreadsheets or data migration issues. So it's fine.
No, please.
But it's been my own personal hell this week.
This is why he didn't want to do the schedule for Nats. He's like, that would involve looking at spreadsheets. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't wanna. You can't make me. But yeah, so I'm. But now I gloriously don't have to think about work for 9 days. So it's good. It's really good.
How was the con? I believe you were at a convention last week.
Yeah, it was. It was Portland Comic Con, Rose City Comic Con, not ECCC, which I know DK thought it might have been last week. That's in February. I'll probably be there for that too.
I don't know when
That's
things are.
that's up in Seattle. So okay, cool. But no, it was actually a really good con. Because obviously none of the strikes had been resolved at the time that con happened. The big thing was like there could be no questions about struck work, which actually made the panels a lot more interesting because instead of having people doing these very myopic questions about specific characters in specific episodes of things, which
Oh, so they couldn't talk about the
but
show
in
at all.
episode 20
No.
of Clone Wars, you had Ahsoka say this, but then in episode 214, you said something different. So which is it?
Yeah. So basically, no questions like that, which was great. But and the moderators were even like, if people were trying to like get around that, the moderators were killing the questions. And but by and large, like the people at microphones in the audience asking the questions did a pretty good job of staying around it. I think actually the person who probably broke the rules the most often was Karen Gillan. And it wasn't necessarily deliberate. It was just like, as she was like saying certain things, she would say the names of Marvel properties that she had worked on it, which she wasn't supposed to do. So it's just one of those things. But
a lot of people not respecting the first rule of Fight Club around here.
yeah, so it actually made for a much more interesting set of questions, because it tended to be more around process and and things more like personal to the actors. So yeah, I actually probably enjoyed that set of panels probably more than I've enjoyed other sets of panels in quite some time, because of not having the myopicness of the questions. So
Yeah, right on.
it's good.
So shit, like, what's your favorite color? Like stuff like that.
A little more cerebral than that, but yes.
Miss Gillan, if you were a pie, what kind of pie would you be?
That's brilliant. Well, that sounds cool. Do you do the whole like cosplay stuff? Like, do you get dressed up?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I didn't this year. Just there's a certain level of extra prep that obviously goes along with that, and yeah, I just didn't feel like it this year at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was definitely better than last year's Rose City, because last year was the first one after a couple of years off because of COVID, and it basically felt like they took all the feedback from last year and listened to it and implemented it, and it was like, oh yes, this is fantastic. Like the convention floor exhibitor space was like twice the size of last year, and they actually were using one of the ballrooms in the convention center for the main panels instead of having it as part of the exhibition hall. It was like, I know why they did it last year. It would have just been it's year one back. We're going to go conservative with the sizing and space that we're renting out. But yeah, this year was much better with it. So
I've wanted to, like, since we moved to Twitch format, I've wanted to do a live stream of our like convention here, Armageddon. Because I think that would be kind of cool, but then, like, unless you're, I don't know, like, maybe it's weird to walk around and film people in costume without their consent. It's not even maybe. It is weird.
Jeez, when you put it like that.
Yeah, when it came out, I was like, "Oh, that's yucky."
Ooh. Well, so
Creepy Steve is here.
pausing one sec on the cosplay thing, or going back to it.
Yeah.
So sure, you know, I didn't do it this year, but the amount of people that did was phenomenal. I want to say probably at least half the congoers.
Seems to be
the day-
more. Like,
Yeah,
like
we're all in costume, and I don't know, like for me at this point, one of the coolest things about going to a con and seeing everybody in their various cosplays is seeing cosplays where I have no idea what the fuck fandom this is. Like, I just don't, and that's okay, because you know some things are not for me. That's fine. But there's people dressed up in for fandoms that I know nothing about, and then they see other people dressed up in this other fandom, and just the genuine joy of like, oh hey, they're my people, because they're dressed up as the same set of characters that I am. And so just kind of seeing that genuine joy, and I realize it's surprising for me to say that I like seeing genuine joy for people. I realize the dichotomy of this particular statement, but
this is therapy in action, folks.
yeah,
it works. This is actually a lot of therapy in action. That is actually an accurate statement. But yeah, it is just very, very cool to see that level of genuine joy from people, and the whole range of, like, you can tell it's like somebody's first cosplay, and it's maybe very basic or whatever. It's like, but that doesn't matter, because you did it. You actually did the thing, all the way up through like the people that are basically professional at it, and just you're looking at like, oh my god, the amount of time, energy, and effort that went into doing that is just incredible. And Glader, who am I, and what have I done with Than? This is therapy, Than. This is Than on therapy. So, ta-da!
Yeah, if it makes you feel weird, that's on you.
Exactly.
That's rad though. Yeah, it would be cool to do some sort of live stream or whatever, but it'd be hard to do it in a way that's entertaining and also not creepy. So maybe we don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, although I reckon you could get away with getting in for free, but just pay your money. Just pay your money, kid.
It just makes me think this is a great guerrilla marketing opportunity for Laser Force. We just all go in some Gen 8 vests and pretend we're part of some fandom that is so cool that people haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They just start planting the idea, be like, oh yeah, you gotta just give them a little card.
I like the way you
check
think. Speaking of tricking people into like buying stuff, I'm gonna quickly switch over to this screen. I was gonna talk about this later, but we're gonna do it now.
Got a natural segue.
Natural segue. That was bloody marvelous. So I was toying with the idea this week.
Oh my god!
of these bad boys right here. This is the Resupply disc golf.
Oh my god!
How did I not notice that detail?
Did you not?
The first time? No, I didn't look close enough. I was just like, "Oh, those are cool names."
Yeah, it's the Resupply disc golf disc range. We got the phaser, the backtrack, and the double tap. I wasn't gonna talk about it just yet, but because at this stage,
you're gonna.
I'm gonna, because I have a big mouth. I can't help myself. But we were talking this morning in Discord. We watched the All Blacks play Italy. Sorry, we watched the All Blacks completely destroy Italy in rugby. And I was talking to, of course, more pyramid schemes. But I was talking to Stu first and foremost about it. And what are the numbers for? It's like flight numbers for discs. So the numbers mean different things: how they fly, how they glide, how they turn different ways, that sort of shit. But we were sort of thinking we might be maybe at around about 30 odd Laser Force disc golfers at this point.
Wow.
There's actually like a large contingent of the scene that have gotten into disc golf, which is awesome, really really cool. And you know, to capitalize on that, to take more of your guys' money, we're thinking maybe of doing like a 3-disc Resupply startup set. So I'm gonna talk to the suppliers this week. The Resupply Podcast win right now. I don't know. We should probably do a disc golf conversation at some point.
It seems like the natural evolution.
Yeah. Well, when we
For
run
you.
out of content, we're in the off-season. Yeah, of course. One of the days we'll just do disc golf podcast. We're building a network. Damn it. So Al also said what would be cool would to do a 5-disc set, which would be harder to produce but would be dope, and name them after each of the Space Marines positions, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll find out cost this week.
I hope that if you do that, you know, you give Al, you know, some
Oh, bro,
credit
he'll
and...
receive the crispest of high fives.
You can give him producer credit on the show. We
Yeah,
need to fire our producer
Yeah,
anyway.
and you guys know exactly how much, you know, contributor credits are worth.
Who produced this? Randy? Was this you?
But yeah, it's something that I think it's an idea with legs, and we're gonna hopefully make it a reality. Mostly because, again, like the reason I want to do lots of this merch shit. Speaking of merch, where are we? There we go. It's because I want this stuff for me, and so you know, if I can get other people interested in the stuff that I want to get for myself, it means that I don't have to spend $1,000 on buying it just for me. I spend, you know, $50, which is way better. But actually, I think it'll be pretty cool. And exactly right, Al. Can you make it a reality by the time we have inaugural Laser Force Disc Golf Open next year? We're talking about doing, doing a disc golf tournament for laser tag players next year.
Does it like start the minute you get eliminated from Nats? You just like have to go.
Yeah.
to, like,
Peace, assholes.
disc golf course.
Yeah.
That's weird. He only played 3 games. Where is he going?
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. I think people would maybe be keen on getting some. Hopefully, I'm excited about the possibility. So, depending on costs, we may do 3. We may do 5. 5. And I'll tinker with the designs a little more because I think they are missing something, just a little extra something.
Yeah, they're at the point right now where they're perfectly fine.
Yeah,
they're serviceable, but they're not
punch you in the face amazing. You know,
yeah,
I like punch you in the face amazing.
I've heard that about you.
Do it again. Replacing the Masters portion of Nats, exactly right.
Oh, there's a deep cut.
Add fists. Oh, that's a good idea. Just a fist on each one. That's a great idea. Oh, throwing chairs. Oh my god, how did I not link the two? Oh.
Wow.
That's a great idea, Tucker. See, this is why we like brainstorm. You could brainstorming session. I'm gonna give you the same credits I give Al.
So congratulations, we now have a media platform in which the content is other people's ideas.
Yeah.
We can just become Reddit and YouTube.
Oh, you wait. And I'll talk about it in a minute. But in fact, let's talk about it now. The more content that Luke puts out under the LLT YouTube channel, the more wells we have to fish. You don't fish a well, do you?
You really don't.
I mean, you can, but I feel like that means there's a problem with your well.
Yeah, that seems super problematic.
Unless you enjoy just drinking copious amounts of fish piss, you probably shouldn't be doing that.
What did you guys put in this water? Fish piss. Oh, good.
Flavoring. It's just little flavoring. No big deal.
That's so funny. Put some LED strips on there and you have your own. Oh, wait. Oh, you want one with lights. Right. Well, I don't know. I was going to keep the designs relatively simple. They need something a little extra, but yeah, relatively simple. But anyway, Resupply Disc Golf Discs coming soon. I was proud of the name too. I thought that was funny.
It's good.
The name is one of your better ideas. I will have to give you credit for that. That is one of your better ideas.
I have my moments, one or two a month, but
they're few and far between. But you do have them. That's accurate.
All right, let's back over here. So last week on the pod we had Laser Force. Let's go with Laser Force's Jesus. We had
Don't ever talk trash to Laser Force Jesus.
we had the GOAT Rusty join us last week on the pod in Old Man Than's absence. We had a bunch of fun talking with him. Even though, he said it basically like it's almost like his therapy session talking about it because it still cuts a little.
Which, like, a side note to that, like, I don't want to make this sound like it's Schadenfreude or anything like that, but it's good to know that somebody else like cares and obsesses about the game as much as I do. Like, that's at least like, it makes me feel better that I was like so disappointed the times that I've lost. It's like, well, yeah, that shit always stings. It's not just you. That happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just a less familiar feel to the Brisbane A teams.
To some people more than others, sure.
Yeah. Although I didn't really think about this. They've lost the last two that they've competed in, right?
Oh, don't tell him that. He's gonna come back and just thrash us next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so I did get a chance to watch that episode. So honestly, I should not do the show more often. It was
Well, good night, everybody.
No, it's always interesting hearing somebody else's thought processes around the game and their deep dives on it. And so getting that from Rusty's perspective was pretty interesting. I was amused by the when he said it was his therapy session, Steve, and you're like, oh, that's why you're in Than's corner.
Yeah.
I caught that. I started laughing. So I appreciate that you made that joke for me. You even made it for nobody
it was mostly
else.
for you. Yeah.
It was okay. Well, it was glorious.
Good.
And I appreciated it. But yeah, no, it was yeah. It's always nice to hear other people's thought processes on the game. I mean, by and large, at this point on this channel, like, everybody pretty much knows how the three of us approach the game. Like, we've had some very in-depth cerebral conversations about it repeatedly in the 7 years we've been doing this podcast, because it is 7 years at this point.
Is it really?
We started doing these shows in late 2016 because we because we started it as building hype for 2017 in Sacramento. So yeah, we've been doing this for 7 years. Live.
You'd think we'd
live
be better,
You would think that, but that would imply a level of unprofessionalism that none of us have. So that's okay.
People are getting the level of entertainment and professionalism that is based upon the compensation the hosts receive for their services. So you are getting exactly what you paid for.
I mean,
no. Yeah. But yeah, Lucy, we've been doing this for
goodness me,
for 7 years now. Yeah,
3
and a bit
cool.
live, and all prior to that, I remember the days of like batch recording like 3 or 4 episodes at once and then staggering those releases out over the course of like 4 to 8 weeks.
This is so much better because it's basically the same.
Well, it would be if we could agree to show up at the same time. Anyway.
But it's basically the same show, just I have to do significantly less work. It's great. Oh, wow, 7 years.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good, go for it. Go, yay us. Good job, us.
Fantastic. Look at us go.
Pat
Look at
those
us go.
backs.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good discussion with them actually. And happy that's a tough one. Resupply birthday. Ooh. Yeah, it can't all be strikes. I mean, home run. It can't all be sports, you know? Can't all be sports thing. 7 years. Go us. Yeah, it was a cool conversation. It's nice to talk like candidly about that stuff with Brent because like, you know, I know that when like I first met him, it was a little intimidating talking to him, and it actually I think it took me a few years to really like develop any kind of relationship with him, further than hey bro, but
Yeah. Fair.
yeah, so it's nice.
Hey, bro.
hey bro. So it's nice to like you know have that conversation, and get a like a peek behind those ginger curtains.
Oh, blimey.
Really?
You had every opportunity not to say
Really? Really? That's the line you go with.
I need a bit of
That's the
filter,
one.
man.
That line. That one.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
That's,
We're just gonna let that one hang there a little bit.
Make more lights go boom.
Stallion. Yeah, but yes, it was a pretty cool conversation, and hopefully, like you know, people got a little bit out of it. At least, hopefully, they were entertained somewhat.
I was entertained, so
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's hearing the perspective from you know the second place from a tournament like that, especially like again because Brisbane's history of winning these tournaments is so vast. Yeah, it's a unique insight, which is pretty cool. Yeah, go us. 7 years. But I wanted to quickly give a shout out to our boy Luke. So
another one.
yeah, I'd sort of like put this in my show notes. I wanted to talk about it a little more than just a quick like touch on it. But Luke is currently producing a podcast over at that link there on the Loveland Laser Force Loveland YouTube channel. And he is far more professional than we could ever hope to be. But I was having a listen to some of the pods. I just listened to the one he did with Nolan. It's such a good listen. I really enjoyed it. It was like it's like listening to legit entertaining podcast, not like this garbage, like proper shows. But like you know, just like really good insights into the game. It's such a trip to see like guys that we've seen grow from like you know, I would say we could say kids.
Yeah, we can.
I mean, in Nolan's case, that's literally true.
Yeah, true.
You and I both met him in 2010.
2010.
But a wee lad.
To see them grow into adults and then have such like cerebral takes on Laser Force, it's so dope. I love it. And yeah, so if you haven't had a listen yet, have a listen. Have you guys done shows with him yet? I know you had.
I did. I did a show with him regarding the history and evolution of MVP slash stats, which is obviously a subject that's near and dear to my heart, having been a part of the initial genesis of it with Al and Traj and a few other people, and being able to talk through what went into getting all of the early stuff done so that LF Stats can be the site that it is now. It's nice to be able to impart that type of history to newer players, because there's a lot of things that we've done over the years as a community and as individuals within the community that have built to us being where we are, and some of the capabilities that we have that some people just at this point just take for granted, which is fine. Like, it's cool that you don't have to think about this stuff now, but being able to go, hey, here's how it got to this point, maybe give people a little more appreciation for some of the deeper work that's gone into it. Plus, I just like to talk, which is
That we all.
fun. True.
I have your guys' episodes dropped with him yet?
Fans has, mine has not.
Right.
So I also feel like I probably monopolized Luke's podcast a little bit too much. This is why you shouldn't have people from other podcasts on yours, because they'll just steal all the spotlight from the show.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, like, we were being interviewed about specific things, so I guess we were supposed to talk for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine hasn't dropped yet, so I'll wait to see exactly how he frames that before I tell anybody else what it's about.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about something totally different that I thought it was. Who knows?
I think ours is like just over 2 hours long, which like didn't intend to be that long, but we just, like you said, like we just talk and like don't shut up, and hopefully be entertaining and informative. One of those two would be cool. Both would be even better. According to Luke, it was 2 hours and 6 minutes. I don't know if he was going to edit any of it, but who knows. To answer your question from earlier, Lucy, the podcast he did with Tomik, I think I'm about a third of the way through, maybe halfway through. It's awesome. Yeah,
I started listening to it in the background, but I was like, I need to go back and like actually focus on this, because there's a lot more here happening that I need to actually pay attention to, and it's like I can't be kind of passively absorbing it, because it's a different take and a different look on like how the scene is evolving in another area. But that's cool.
What it made me realize is whilst we here on the Resupply, we kind of far more candid with the stuff that we talk about, and like you said, Dan, like we more or less do the show for us, and like we're stoked that you guys want to actually like come and like be a part of it too. But it's certainly more candid than I would say what's the podcast called again? Laser Force Loveland Playbook. I think the playbook is what it's called.
Yep. Yeah, I guess that is in the credits, isn't it?
Yeah. But like what it has made me realize is that the scene on a global scale needs something like that. That's all good, Glader. Consume as much as you want. That's the beauty of podcasts. But like it's the content I think that the wider global scene absolutely needs. Because we have a pretty focused view on the stuff that we talk about, specifically Space Marines. Like most of our content is centered around Space Marines as the game. Listening to the show he did with Tomik, like obviously I've just got up to the part where they start talking a lot about the laser ball scene that they've got going, and it makes you really from a Space Marines player, or from a Space Marines perspective, it makes you appreciate Laser Force as a whole, and that Laser Force as a whole extends much wider than just Space Marines.
You can do so many things.
Yeah, and considering how many players that are playing in their leagues and stuff over there and getting exposed to Laser Force, like, you know, Force are doing a great job keeping their
Must be doing
system
something right.
seemingly, like, in a time where you hear stories about how hard it is for what the fuck.
Cat.
Cat.
Cat. It is cat. It is elder kitty. Like, hey dad, I'm just going to make some noise and be on your podcast.
Hey, is
okay?
this your
Fuck you in
poster? This
particular.
poster here? Push. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. It's probably something dumb. But that's okay.
You were saying that it's good that Laser Force is managing to expand at a time people are talking about how difficult it is to like
run a
expand
site,
businesses and to run,
And maybe, like, I don't know if that's across the industry, but like it's from a very biased perspective. It seems like Laser Force are dominating the industry at the moment, which makes me very happy as a Force player. I don't know if that's the case, because I'm just speculating wildly. But you know,
Force has definitely capitalized on a few things within the last like 5 years, and so it is from an installed sites perspective very, very healthy. You know, the amount of site takeovers that they've done, like swapping out zone equipment for Force equipment. I mean, there is a reason why there is a zone emulation in Laser Force. That was one of the things when they started making that push into stealing zone sites. Like, here, we can give you the game type that you're used
converting, right?
It's
the good kind of conversion.
Just the old anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
Scenario.
Pretty much. So Force has been definitely making strides. I think back to like when Force was first releasing in the US, and there was a point where I think in the US we were down to like 3 sites or something asinine like that.
The hell is Lotus
it was
1, 2, 3?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree, Stallion.
Lotus 1, 2, 3 was basically a version of Office that wasn't Microsoft. It was the original, and then
Wow. Yeah, you just jogged my memory. That was a blast from the past. Yes.
Yeah, ta-da.
I was thinking before I had a computer.
Yes, in all seriousness, yes.
When we had the 99 Nats in Sugarland, I think it was just us, Sugarland, and like
Detroit.
Was it Provo at that point, or had they already moved to another site by that point? In any case, it was a small market.
Yeah,
I think in '99 we were at maybe, because there was us, there was Sugarland, there was Detroit. I know Detroit was open at that point, and
I couldn't remember when they opened.
I don't remember if Coeur d'Alene was still open. I think Coeur d'Alene was still open in Idaho, and I think Provo was still open at that point. So there were 5 sites, but that was it. There had been a couple of sites.
The entire U.S., yeah.
There had been a couple of sites that had closed at that point. The U.S. distribution was at that point a fucking mess.
I don't think there really was a U.S. distribution. It was just like everybody had to send stuff back to Brisbane.
That's what I'm saying. It was a fucking mess because Coeur d'Alene was supposed to be the essentially the U.S. HQ site, and it went poorly. And yeah, so from there to now, where there are so many Force sites in the FECs and standalones, mostly FECs, but you know what? The overall health of the company is dependent upon those sites being in those types of facilities. Like as much as standalone tag sites are great and are a lot easier to become competitive sites, That's not the bread and butter of the industry. It's FEC sites. So
yeah.
so
like, do
so
we go there and just play tag, or do we go there, play tag and go karts and mini golf, and we get pizza? And,
Yeah. So however we might feel personally about FEC sites that maybe that don't have members nights, this that or the other, like those are
laser tag subscriptions.
Active, or active laser tag subscriptions. Those
you can do
are-
whatever you want. Just let me fucking log in, all right? I'm not gonna try to.
Those are the monetary lifeblood.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to get the
any
20
site.
sites achievement if half of y'all don't let me log in?
Yeah. But you just do like Marcus, and apparently have an unlimited wellspring of cash that allows you to travel the world to play laser tag. Just I don't know what a secret is.
Lousy
Probably
Europeans crossing off their 5 country achievements like it's nothing.
Like it's nothing. I'll just go next door for an hour up the road, and there's another site there in a different country.
Yeah, pretty much.
You would have got if the Auckland was online. Yeah, sucker. Yeah, we were at Lasers last night actually for Lunacy. Me and Light, and oh, dude, it was such a blast. Like, we had so much just pure fun. Like, really, really fun night. There was a few people there that I tried to, lay the hard sell on and get them recruited. So we're working on that. But there was a guy there who, in the maze, I see a gun go around a corner, and I was like, huh. And then, like, ran past him at one point and saw his hand grip on the gun. And I was like, he's definitely a zone player. And hit him up after, and sure enough, he was like, yeah, I used to play competitive zone, but the scene is, like, crazy intense now, so I stopped playing that. And I've come here a few times, and I love the phaser. And I was like, yeah, it's awesome. Gen 8's the friggin' best. So, yeah, hopefully, we see more of those site conversions, because, it's brilliant. We're yeah, it's the home team, I guess. But yeah, to finish off what I was saying before, I think Luke is doing an amazing job, and also I don't know.
Agree.
I don't know if he's working with anyone to do the content. I don't know if you're involved, Tucker, at all, but whoever is involved in the laser force, laser tag Loveland YouTube page. You guys are killing it, and I can't wait to consume more of the content that you guys put out, because it's been really entertaining.
For sure.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't already, go follow that page right now. Go do it right now. Stop listening to us. Bullshit.
If you want to listen to a podcast that actually talks about laser tag, you can check them out.
Yeah. Rather than just, two old dudes and a clown talking about, like, laser tag.
I think it's more like 3 old dudes, one of whom is a clown.
Yeah, true. Who moonlights as a clown. John's a busy boy nowadays. Yeah, we heard. Congratulations, Calkins. Bloody well done. Good sperm. Let's speaking of lady tag.
It's like he's gonna commit fully to this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Loveland laser tag, you guys have a road trip, I believe. You guys are going on a wee trip, I heard.
Yes, I'm also going to be impregnated by Calkins. I can do it. I can do it.
So as much as Luke is helping to grow our scene, we are doing as equal a job as to destroy those ties that get made.
Oh,
Brilliant.
You're not normally that funny, DK. Well done.
That's so good. That's so funny.
Steve started it. Steve started it.
That's accurate.
This show is awful. This is terrible.
Well, it's like all of the trips that I've taken to Colorado are cursed already, so like, why would I just add something onto it?
Of course, I'm gonna get impregnated when I go to Colorado. Oh, well done. But yeah, you guys are going on a trip, I heard.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
Yeah, we're basically doing another extended members night set in Loveland next week. So
Mega members night.
So
I
Tuesday
say we
and
take
Wednesday,
off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
Yep.
Tuesday and Wednesday next week we've got some games, and I think there's like somewhere between 10 and 12 people from out of town showing up.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, the practical advantage of the site being, near a major hub airport, it's kind of easy for everybody to get to.
I haven't watched
Tucker.
Major Hub yet.
11. Okay. So 11 people from out of town coming to join the party. So that's pretty cool, and it's going to be interesting because like from what I understand, like the Tuesday night will be mostly laser ball because that's what gets played on that night, and then Wednesday it should be more Space Marines. I'm actually pretty interested in Tuesday because I still haven't played laser ball at this point, and quite honestly, the idea of playing a game where I don't have to go up and down ramps for a night, super
Is it just played on the bottom level?
Yeah, the way that they play laser ball, they only use the bottom floor.
That's good. I think that's a great idea. It makes it more of a speedball thing. Kia ora, Dolly. A speedball game, I think. We've sort of got it's an unwritten rule, I guess, but we tried to play laser ball without using upstairs as well, and I think that it makes it a better game. I think maybe, especially in Loveland actually.
Especially in Loveland, and I think the way they usually play as either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, I think, which is probably about the right number for what they have. That still lets you have some flexibility. Because I've played a couple of laser ball games there that were like 7-on-7 or 8-on-8, and it's just complete chaos. Just you have to have a sequence of events go right to actually score a goal, but it's interesting. So I'm looking forward to playing a little bit more laser ball also.
Yeah. So wait, how many nights is it?
Two
nights.
So
2 nights.
Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday will be the laser ball. Wednesday will be the Space 5. I'm sure that the games will be streamed because that just seems to be what happens. So you guys. So when the Laser Force Loveland goes live on Twitch, you can log in and mock the old people trying to play laser ball with all these kids and getting outrun.
It's
and I'm gonna stay for a couple more days and just enjoy some outdoor Colorado time.
Nice.
It'll be fun.
With John Calkins. That's really cool, and that's actually pretty awesome that that many people are traveling from out of town on like a midweek trip. Like, it's
much like COVID. Once it starts, it spreads, and everybody wants to join the party. So when you hear a couple people are going over and playing some laser tag, say, "Oh, maybe I should go." Play some laser tag too.
Oh, okay, it'd be cool to see them. I probably should go. That's right. Do you guys know who's traveling from out of town?
So I know that Baden is going to be making an appearance. Me, DK,
Odin, Autumn, Disco.
Go. Yeah.
So the usual SAC crew.
Yeah.
Snuffles,
Kodama.
Kodama, Snuffles, Caleb, I think are all coming.
Cool.
So
Yes.
I think we have most of a team reunion for US West. I don't think Thunder is able to go.
Busy man. Oh, Sadie and
Yeah.
Rockwood. That's cool. Oh, wicked.
Okay, Sadie and Rockwood. That's who I forgot.
So a decent contingent. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Wow. That's
we almost
rad.
have enough to do like like a California team, a Utah team, a Loveland team. We can have like our own little miniature one-night tournament, I guess.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, do you guys? Is it just gonna be, the 3 hours at night for both nights, or?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's gonna be longer than that.
We've basically been told that we can basically be there the time that they're open, and we pay our one fee the one night, and it covers both nights. And as there's space, we can play,
Awesome.
and that's so yeah. So I mean, really, we have to give a lot of thanks to Jeff
Jesus.
for
No, we had
saying
him on last week.
for saying, yeah, you guys can do this, and and we're only going to charge you this much. That it is really freaking cool that he's supporting like that for us to be able to make the trip. So
That's awesome.
no, it's definitely it definitely makes the trip a lot more worth it when it's like, oh, you mean we get to play basically 2 full days, but there's enough people and we can rotate enough games that it's like you're not going to be playing like every single game, so you can cycle your games correctly. Okay, I can cycle my games correctly, so I'm not abusing my body, so it's super hard. But yeah, having that time so that you're not so stressed about, oh my god, if I don't get this game like right now, I'm not gonna play again because we only have a limited amount of time. Now we've got a pretty decent amount of time to play both days, so
Awesome.
I'm here for it.
That's gonna turn out to be pretty sweet, sort of sampler menu, like between Nats this year and Nats next year, and like a good opportunity for some out of towners to actually to come and get some practice time in that arena before Nats, which is pretty sweet. Hey, what's the difference between subbing to this or an OnlyFans page? OnlyFans does not have that. That sexy dip. Fuck, I messed that up so bad. Can we go again? We go from the top.
3, 2, 1.
What's no, I don't know. I'm gonna fuck it up again. 38 months. Thank you, bro. You bloody legend. 38 months. Goodness me.
That's how long we've been live for, because he was a day one sub as soon as we got.
Yeah.
Well, no, we've actually been live longer because we had to get enough people to get affiliated first. So
yeah, it wasn't even the people; it was the hours that it took us. They're like, you have to log X number of hours. Yeah, oh, cool, man. Like, yeah, so it'll be cool for people who are traveling to get some game time in that arena, which is awesome. I mean, at this point, the majority of those players have played at Loveland a few times, right? Like,
I was gonna say, I think everybody who's traveling from out of town is got a decent amount of practice to that field, but I could always use more.
Yeah, 100%. That may scare
game time is game time.
Yeah,
game time is game time, and I haven't had any real competitive game time in a while, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I would say with the exception of maybe like Sadie and Rockwood, but they were at the last.
They were at the last West Coast, and they were also both at duos. From what I recall.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, everyone's put in
or
some decent
Rockwood
time.
was at duos. Maybe Sadie came on the January trip, or she wasn't in duos. But I know that they've been into Loveland at least twice each.
Yeah. Right. How many times have you been now? Like half a dozen?
No, really, because before West Coast last year, I don't think that I had gone since 2015. So
Okay.
I've only been, not quite that often.
Yeah. Right.
But still, it'd be like 5th, 6th time, something like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's gonna be.
Hopefully, our looming government shutdown will not bring our airlines to a screeching halt.
I haven't heard about that. Because
I'm so. I'm not thrilled.
Oh no,
the
we might miss out on the stupid drug sniffing dog they have at the Denver airport. Who thinks I have gunpowder residue on my fucking bag. Stupid ass TSA.
Man, we're getting in trouble from all sorts of government agencies today.
Honestly, I've got TSA pre-check, so I just slide through anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Stop
Maybe
poking the
everyone
bear.
will. Maybe.
2018, you thought they came in. Did you go in 2018?
I didn't. I was not available at that point.
There we go.
Because
Spoiler
for
alert.
a number of years I was stupid and like didn't just tell work to fuck themselves. I could go to a laser tag tournament.
Well, back then,
No,
you
why
know,
did I do that?
you cared about job safety. But, you know, since COVID, nah, not so much. Do the shit at home. It's fine. I reckon that you guys should just move out here and just continue working from home from here. There's no reason why you couldn't. Could you imagine like doing your work and getting paid in American dollars but living in New Zealand? How
It'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, you should absolutely do that.
That'd be at Mum's Chicken at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, you could get a body like this. I mean, you could go like we could carpool to the emergency room. It'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't wait.
I might finally learn to drive on that side of the road.
It's not that hard.
Well,
It's not that hard.
I was trying to convince you're working at home right now, watching it's close, dude. Everyone should just move here. It's a great place to live, and like I told Al earlier today, there's no snakes here, so you could play disc golf carefree, fancy free, and not have to worry about getting attacked by snakes playing disc golf, which sounds horrific.
Just a lot of mud and creeks that suddenly get a lot closer than you think they are.
Yeah. But, like, for those who missed it, Al had a close encounter with, actually, it was 2 snakes. And his first reaction, his son was like, I'll tell the story about him. He does a bit, obviously, because it's his story, but I'm going to steal it. His son was like, hey, Dad, there's a snake there, and started just backing off, because, that's what they're taught to do.
That's smart.
Al's first instinct was, where's my phone? I'm going to take a photo. So he gets his phone out and goes to take a photo of the snake, and this thing, like, hoods on him. And, like, I think he said it, like, I don't know if he said it striked at him or it was preparing to strike, but he was like, oh, shit. All right, time to go. That was everyone's reaction. Oh, dude, it's so... Just... I don't need to take a photo of it. You know what a snake looks like? They're on the internet. Just go on Google. Yeah, and he referred to it as a nope rope, which I don't think I'd heard before. I thought that was hilarious.
Nope rope, danger noodle, any of these things are... Any of these terms are acceptable.
Oh, yeah, but none of them
Dude, this is
soften...
what you don't learn, because you don't have snakes in your country, so you don't learn all the fun names for them.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a therapy tool, so that like people who have to deal with snakes on the regular aren't confronted with their own mortality on a daily basis. I know better.
Yeah.
Steve knows.
Because they have like the not fucking around snakes.
Yeah, exactly right. He said that the kids had like a snake guy come to like a school, or like they were doing like learning center or whatever, and he said that they had a tiger snake, and they said the tiger snake doesn't want to attack you, it'll try and get away from you first. So they put the tiger snake in the little enclosure, and the snake chum is like in the enclosure with a stick, like going yeah, this thing like just trying to escape. He said that it wasn't that snake, it was probably the other snake that they demoed, which they dropped the bag and then jumped out of the enclosure. And he was in the crowd, and he was fumbling around for his cell phone so we could take a photo of it.
These snakes, they've just had it up to here with the paparazzi. They're like,
Yeah.
photos, you're gonna fuck off right now.
Yeah, what did I tell you, mate? No. First you throw frisbees at us, and then you try and take our picture. No, thank you. Danger Noodle, that's so funny. Australia is a heck of a place. Don't move there, move to New Zealand, is our country's official slogan.
I think I saw that printed at the airport.
Yeah, it's right. It's big. If you look over at the back, you can see it. So, yeah, when do you guys go again? Next week.
Yeah, next week.
So we could talk about your shenanigans when you guys get home, right? I mean, we might as well.
Well,
It's
you can
content.
ask then. I'm not going to be home
Oh, well, there you
when
go.
it's showtime yet.
Where are you going? Are you going to like Estes and stuff again?
Yep.
Oh yeah. We'll just conference you in from there. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And hopefully, the impending government shutdown will not mean that Rocky Mountain National Park is closed. That's also on the possibility.
Oh.
So it might just be a case of bad timing. We'll
Didn't
see.
they do that? Like, when did the government shut down that time? Was it like 20?
that one time? It's happened like 5 times.
Oh, really?
In the last like decade and a half of the
Right.
US. It's so fucking dumb.
It happened when we came over, I think, or it's just ending when we came over.
In 2019 was the last one, so it
Right.
might have overlapped with you guys. And yeah, a number of national parks were closed during that period. Well, there was a whole thing. They were like ordered to stay open, and of course they filled up with trash, so then they had to close them. It's so fucking dumb.
And by trash, do you mean people from Florida? Take that, Florida!
Boom.
I feel bad. I didn't mean that. Don't cancel
Yeah, you
us.
did.
I don't even know. I just wanted to sound cool in front of you guys. Welcome to US.
That's very unlike you.
Yeah, I constantly try. I'm always trying. All right, well,
You are very trying. It's true.
Was there anything else you guys want to touch on with the trip?
Nah, just very looking forward to getting some games and and fighting, like I said, actually trying laser ball for the first time. I've only been to sites that have had it like 5 or 6 times since it's launched, and I just never lined up for me to play. So yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about it,
Why
which is unusual.
why
for me.
didn't you play it when you were in New Zealand this year, like the other month? Hopefully
Even
that
if he
cool-
had been, I think we only played maybe 1 or 2 games of laser ball anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's because Dan
It
wasn't
wasn't
here.
much.
Yeah. Can Dan still find his membership card? Yeah, it's tattooed
In
on
my
his
wallet.
Soul.
It's in my wallet, asshole.
Yeah, and if I remember, I can put this in my bag and give you one of these.
Oh
That I was
yeah.
supposed to give you.
You could
If
put
I
it in your
remember.
bag now.
I'm mentioning it now so you can all mock me when I get back. Like, hey, where's Dan's wristband?
It's
Just-
right here.
Just put it on now, and then don't take it off till you give it to him, and then that way it smells
Blah.
like you. You can take it home. Just so I told you with this
Blah.
RFID bracelet. Oh, actually, you where did DK's bandwidth go? No, it's just freaking out. But actually, that was the last thing I'll touch on. So, there has been a request that we do some more wristbands. I want to do another run of RFID resupply wristbands, just like the one that Blurry DK threw up on the screen. You will kill for one. If you are your site representative, and I am talking to you, Tucker, can you do a head count and see who would like some? They're probably going to be like $5 each plus whatever the shipping costs to get. I'm going to send them to the sites so that, it'll cut down on the amount of shipping I have to charge you guys. But yeah, do a head count, see who wants one. I think at this point there'll be a bunch going to Loveland. There'll be a bunch going to Brisbane. Okay, yeah, I'll send a bunch to Detroit most likely. Possibly Oakley, although, they don't play laser tag and they've already got one, so who knows. It's going to be a pain
figure
ship
it
on that
out.
side of the world. It absolutely will be. I think what I'll do is I'll do what Lucy said. We'll get it like smuggled across the border to Germany, and then either sent out from there, or all of them will come to me first, and then I'll send them out from there. So it'll rack up a little bit, but it is what it is.
Figure it out.
We're gonna do 100, so let me know how many you want and stuff. Depending on when G&D. Actually, that's a great idea. Maybe we'll talk off stream about it. I'll get them all sent to the States, and then you can bring the rest with you. That's a great idea. All right, we'll talk more. This week we've got more content coming. Because why not? But we should have a full slate of shows this week, depending on what happens with disc golf. And then me and Tham will hopefully be on next week, talking about the Colorado excursion.
Yep. At
maybe
5 o'clock for me on a Friday.
What has it? Did you say that it changes? No. Melbourne changes tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't change.
We're gonna change.
It's a few weeks. Yeah, we don't change
November?
for another month. So we have this small gap where we're back one hour for us, and then
So, wait,
beginning in November we move back.
Does the show
again
skip out another hour for you guys, or does it come back in
Yeah.
line? Oh wow!
No, it goes the opposite direction because we're exiting daylight saving time as y'all are entering it.
That's dumb.
Yeah. So the show is ordinarily in like the warm months at 4 p.m. for me and Than, and then is it 6 p.m. in the warm months for me and Than, and then the cold months it goes back to 4 p.m. Then we have this weird little slice in the middle where it's at 5 p.m.
Dumb.
This is what we do for you to keep your time zone consistent, Steve.
Yeah.
It's all for you, Steve-O. It's all for you.
Appreciate it. I love it when things revolve around me.
We know.
Yeah. It's how I like to live my life. All right, kids. Well, come and join us for shows during the week. Buy some of the shit that we have to sell you because it's rad. I'll keep you guys in the loop about the disc golf discs. If you want to have another quick look at those, this is what they look like. Ooh. Or at least this is what they look like at the moment. This is subject to change. We might not even get them done because they, might be horrendously expensive. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for this week, I've been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK.
And I've been Van.
I've been DK. Always remember to wear protection anytime you hang out with John Calkins. We will see you. we will see you next time. Ka kite anō. I've been throwing daggers in the night. I've been chasing all the stars, stealing all their lights. The cut so sharp, cut so deep. If they seem to hit their target, must be what we reap. 'Cause you don't know what I know. You don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. You don't know what I know. You don't feel the
Sometimes I